What's going on YouTube? It's Ono from Tapped In with Ono, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I make over $100 or about $100 a week on this smaller account. If you guys are new to this channel, I did bring this account up. It has obviously grown since the last time you guys have seen it, but I showed you guys how I was making $100 a week on a weekly basis a couple months ago. I probably dropped the links to at least one of those older videos, but this account has grown a lot since the last time you guys have seen it. As you guys are seeing right now, we're up $1,000 on the month. That's about an 18% gain. And if you guys don't remember from the last videos I've been showing you, the purpose of this account is to beat the rate that the banks are dishing out. So let's say the banks are giving you about a 4% return on your money in a month on a monthly basis. They're giving you about 4%. So you can put like what $1,000 and you gain about 4% in a month from $1,000. So it's like, my whole point and my whole purpose behind this account is showing you guys how you can do the same things that I'm doing within my bigger portfolio in a smaller account. And I'll show you guys the strategies, and a lot of the strategies that I use is the exact same strategies that I use on my personal account. I'm just mimicking it to a small degree on the smaller account. And yes, you're not going to see the crazy gains that I gain within my account, but the whole purpose is to get you started. So let's just check. Up currently 922 on the day, and in the past week we're up $255.48. That's already a 4% gain within the matter of a week. So we're definitely outpacing and beating out banks. And I'll show you guys. We have about $582.25 at within buying power. So we are currently using margin, but we're not in margin. And I wanted to make sure before I brought you this account that we weren't in margin, so I can show you guys that you can do it without utilizing margin. So we have a low risk. We got a margin buffer of $1,000. So this account will have to drop significantly to get margin called. And then also another thing that I want to add with this account, this is not a Robinhood Gold account, but this person has been depositing $150 on a weekly basis within their account. So with that $150, this account has been growing naturally by the weekly deposits that they put into this account. So you guys know on my account I've dumped in $1,000 on a weekly basis into my account. So in this account they do $150 on a weekly basis, and they're still growing and outpacing the rate of banks. So as you guys can see, we're going to get into our option play. We only got one option play going, and that's the MSTU $4.5 put. This is a play that I have a similar play on my account. I think I have a $5.5 put, so my account is a little bit more riskier. But because this is not on my account, I'm playing it a little bit more safe, and I'll show you guys what this play is doing and how it's performing. Currently, MSTU is sitting at $5, so that just basically means that if MSTU falls to this $5 price range, that we'll be purchasing 100 shares. We only got we got 10 contracts, so we got about 10 contracts on MSTU, and we got a total return of $40, and that's just currently. So we got paid out a total of $50 from this one play, this put. And if you guys are starting out option trading, I would definitely recommend selling cash secured puts to start out. Do not start on the buy call side. Do not start on anything other than cash secured puts. I mean, if you want to just buy a stock or a dollar cost average into a stock and you manage to gain 100 shares of a stock, you can do the cover call strategy if you get assigned. But this is essentially using the wheel strategy. So if MSTU does fall to 4.5, we'll just utilize the wheel strategy and just sell cover calls to get out of margin, or just clear up that capital within the portfolio. And the other two ETFs that we have is JEPQ and ULTY. You guys know I also have ULTY. I know in my personal account I said I'm pivoting away from the Yieldmax funds and ULTY and MISTY as a whole, pretty much. And the reason being is because I'm getting closer to my 100K mark. So I want my money to more so go into value stocks. Not saying that ULTY is not a good stock, and I'll show you exactly why it is a good stock, especially for smaller accounts or ETF, sorry. is a good ETF for smaller accounts because we currently hold 600 shares, market value of 3,400, and at an average cost of 6.6 dollars and 6 cents. And we're currently down $234, which is about -6% return. Today it went up $17, which is not too bad. That's actually really good. But we'll show you guys that look at how much money we've been collecting on a weekly basis. So in addition to the $50 that we gained from the put that we sold on MSTU, we're getting paid dividends from ULTY. We're getting paid $50 dividends, and it's just decreased to the $50, but here's what it's been looking like. So as you guys can see, we've gained more money in the dividends than we actually lost as a total return. So our return on investment is definitely a lot higher than this negative total return. And that's the thing that you guys want to think about and you want to implement when you look at these Yieldmax funds. They're more susceptible to NAV erosion, right? But if you get in at a decent time, and they managed to hold NAV. As you guys can see, it hasn't been moving too much throughout the week. It's actually up 2 cents on the week, and let's see it out of the month. We're only down 6 cents on the month. That's not even a 1% decrease. So it's pretty stable in this position. It's holding its value within this range. So if you can continue to collect these consistent dividends, you're going to outpace the amount of money that you have lost in your total return, which is your ROI, your return on investment. So like I said, the amount of money that we collected initially when ULTY was paying out 10 cents per share. We was collecting $60 per week from this, and so we only need to make $40 from trading options. But as this account grows and it accrues the amount of money, as I said, this person invests $150 weekly, and then if we can grow this account $100, so that's like about $250 per week. This account is growing, and we have about, now that ULTY is going down to 9 cents, we're collecting about $55 to $56 per week from this investment. And I'll show you guys real quick options. So as you guys can see, we made the $50 from that MSTU play, and we only have about one play going to be, one play. This is a very small account. I keep it simple. And then we also have JEPQ. Total return is up 11%, $41.34 at a market value of 401. I am still deciding whether I want to move things out of MSTU. It is holding this position, but like I said, I'm keeping things a lot more safer compared to my account, because this is not a my account. I want to keep things a lot more safe. We did take our loss early on this year. You guys know I took my 30K loss in my portfolio, and I did take a small loss in this portfolio, but the money that I lost in this portfolio, because once again, this is not my account, I put the money right back into this account. All the money that I lost, I redeposited back into this account. So we'll show you guys real quick. All right, so on the month, we're down about $1,200. Now, you guys might be a little confused why we're down $1,200. Reason being is because, similar to my portfolio, I mimic the same things I do in this portfolio. I just mimic the same things, and the same things that I do in my portfolio, I mimic in this portfolio, but to a small degree, right? So we had TSLL. You guys, remember I said I got rid of my TSLL shares, so I'll go ahead and show you guys what this is like. So we've been placing covered calls on TSLL, so we didn't get to benefit from the upside that TSLL had. It had a massive run up within this past month. It's up 54%. So we probably sold it around this range, but it still kept running up past that. So we lost out on that upside. So which is why we have a negative reflection. It's not money that we lost. It's just money that we lost out on as a gain. So you guys are kind of getting a little bit of the understanding of my my idea around these option plays, and I usually just trade high value ETFs, specifically leverage ETFs that track underlying MSTU. Is the leverage ETF that tracks MSTR. MSTR is it is a company that pretty much tracks the movement of Bitcoin, because they have the most reserved Bitcoin in out of any company pretty much. So that just gives you a little bit of insight on MSTR, but MSTU tracks MSTR, but in a leveraged ETF. So it's really good for smaller accounts. So that's just a little bit of a strategy that I use. I use it on my bigger account. So some of you guys may think, you might not be able to do the same things that I'm doing, but I'm showing you guys I'm doing it on a 6,500 account. So let's look at the past 3 months. We're up 22%. It's not too bad. Year to date, we're currently down. As I said, we did take that loss. So when we took that loss, this is what the account went down to. But I redeposited the money, so it wasn't really a loss. But it's gonna pretty much just show you that. But we're gonna get that money back and show you guys real quick. So JEPQ, we've also been getting dividends from JEPQ. This does pay monthly, and it does have a lower dividend payout compared to ULTY. So on a monthly basis, it will pay me about, what's it said last month it was 44 cents. So like that's why I said I might be looking into changing this out or just putting everything into ULTY and just collecting that weekly income. But I just want to keep it safe on this account. So that's my reasoning for why I did that. And you just show you guys real quick, show what else is going on in here. And yep, and then I'm going to show you guys the weekly deposits so you guys understand how this portfolio is actually growing in the ways that it does. So all right, so as you guys can see, this person, like I said, deposits $150 on a weekly basis. This is the exact same thing I do within my portfolio. I got this person to remain consistent, and I keep them, I keep them locked in and focused on the goal. It may seem like a little bit amount of money, but it adds up over time. 150, and then you see that $1,800. That's the money that I deposited from my account into this account, and yeah, reason being is because that's how much the portfolio decreased. So I put the money right back in. But outside of that, this person has just been investing $150 on a weekly basis. If you stay consistent, you're going to see the growth. It may not be crazy, but this is what I've been doing for the past 6 years. And this is why I understand how the markets work and how to grow a portfolio, how to save money, how to invest money. And like I said, you don't have to mimic everything that I do within my account. But if you want to see growth, here's some motivation to show you guys exactly how you can grow a smaller account. So yeah, you guys stay tapped in. We're gonna drop some more videos this week. But yeah, if you guys want to talk to like-minded individuals like myself and others, go ahead and join up on the Discord. That's free to join. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn on post bell notification, leave a comment down below for feedback. If you got anything you want to say or add, hit me up on Instagram. The link to that is going to be in the description below. And without further ado, it's tapped on there. And I'm signing out.